Step up in this game like I'm hammering nails. Earth's a flat plane, listen up, I'll tell you tales. Home Depot vibes on my tools, no fails. Level up my vision while the world just derails. Jared said it first, now I'm chasing the truth. First wanna know, is he chilling or aloof? Now I'm flexing with the facts while they playing the fool. Flat earth, no curve, I'm breaking all the rules.
Earth is like
Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. Rolling deep through Antarctica, you know what's up. Snowflakes in the air, yeah, we sipping from the cup. Well, Duffy said, trust me, I came out of the blue. Started from the hustle, now I'm building my crew. Wait, I'm stacking up truth like I'm lumber from the store. Got the blueprint, baby, I'm ready for war. See the horizon straight, no dip in my sight. Thug life on the flat, bringing knowledge to the fight.
Earth is like
Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So I'm here to break walls, I'm kicking down doors, hash street life, I'm hustling, what's mine is ours. A whole new vision, we gon' stack and we gon' rise. With my crew by my side, we defy all the lies.
Earth is like
Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on a 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky.
yeah.
Yeah. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on our 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, those lengths don't have lengths, right? It's not a triangle.
What?
Oh, those lengths don't have lengths, right? It's not a triangle.
What the hell did you just say?
Oh, those lengths don't have lengths, right? It's not a triangle.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Oh, those lengths don't have lengths, right? It's not a triangle.
The bottom. B-O-T-O-M. The bottom of the triangle.
Whoa, check out the hotties at 12 o'clock. That's 3 hours away. Why can't I check them out now?
And we're off. As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. Let's head on over to Discord to see a ton of people over in the VC. So don't everyone talk at once. Here we go.
Hello. Find me lonesome over here.
That's right. You buy your onesie, plus another onesie. Yeah. Where's Bugger?
He's ran off somewhere in there, so
He's done run off.
he will run off on occasion. He's
Yeah.
known to do that.
You do that. So how's everyone doing out there? Let's see what we got out here.
Great.
So, all right. Yeah, we got some people out there. Well, we're waiting for a lagger to come in. Brian. What's up? What's up, Elbow?
What's up? I'm just hearing the intro.
You like?
Hilarious.
There's just something about it. I haven't even asked Adam to make another intro because I don't know. There's something about that intro. I'm kind of dancing with the song. I'm really into it. You should see me here. It's just.
Me too. Me too. And Booger's singing it, and I'm singing it. It's so fun.
It is a lot of fun. I like taking some artistic liberties with it. You just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, we've noticed.
Pretty soon, I'm going to just sing the whole thing. Yeah? How you like that?
Oh, why don't you tell Betty that that's what you're going to do?
Yeah, but it's in my range.
Shout out to Betty.
Shout out to Betty. Yeah, it's in my range. It's not like Steve Perry or anything where there's no possible way, right? It has sort of
I will enjoy it.
It has sort of a rap thing to it, and I can't stand rap, but that song, I don't know what it is. I enjoy it. Got a nice flow. Talks about Home Depot.
Oh man, that song is funny.
What kind of dumb bastard would equate their globe to a Home Depot? Well, who would do that?
I think it's that comparison of how you are if you go to Walmart, how you can't see I don't know, the lights on the other side of Walmart.
Why didn't he just use Walmart?
Because he used Home Depot.
Yeah, that's not a reason.
I'm glad that he did, because this song exists in light of that. So you just got to take your victories where you find them in life.
Tell you what, I'll tell you another thing. Lattes have been doing a number on me. Oh, hey, there's Brian, so we don't have to talk about that.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, with your potato tree swinging.
So
you didn't take offense to that potatoes, all the potatoes that we posted in there, did you?
I couldn't give a damn. I have a thicker skin than that. Not a potato skin, before someone says.
Not, yeah, I was. It's good that you stated that because I was all over it. Yep.
It takes more than that to insult me.
How'd you
Actually, the stupidest thing can insult me.
How'd you like that huge potato? That guy was holding that potato. I don't know. He was in like Zimbabwe or something. That thing was massive.
I tell you now, that was one huge potato. If that fell on Flatsy, that'd be the end of Flatsy. We never see it again.
Let me see.
I love how it was a slot to me somehow.
Yeah. I could pull this up. Oh, yeah. This is what we sent to Brian. Right here.
If you put a little lower at the bottom of where his hand is, that's the height of Flatsy.
Which hand? That is one huge potato, man. I don't care how tall he is. That thing's massive. How many French?
I don't know. Is that a real photograph? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a real photograph.
Oh, I don't know, but it's pretty big. Well, some of these vegetables do get very big.
Yeah.
Some of them, and even some of the fruits like tomatoes, I should say, they get very big. Some of them.
Yeah, it's mainly the root vegetables that go nuclear sometimes, right? But yeah, how many orders of fries do you think you get out of that thing?
I don't know. He looks happy though, doesn't he?
He does look. He does look pretty happy about it. Too funny, man. All right, is that what we came to do here today? Is talk about potatoes?
I have to tell you, I will have to drop from the call for a while at some point, but I'll be back. Not that you'll really miss me.
What, do you got like a potato marathon that you're running or something?
A potato juggling contest.
a potato yodeling? I would like to see that.
Juggling contest.
Oh, juggling. He said, hold on, Platts. He said juggling. I thought he said a potato yodeling contest.
Yodeling is my love language, so that would be right up my alley. It's a shame that you didn't say that.
Yodeling?
My father could yodel. He could really yodel. I'm talking about proper
Yes.
yodeling. Yeah.
All right, Flatsy, go ahead.
I'm saying yes, I love yodeling.
No. I want you to friggin' yodel.
Yodel lady. Hoo.
Is that a yodel?
Yeah, it's just like a little, I'm not going to get crazy with it.
I've heard that before. Shut up, Brian. That can't be the only yodel. Well, do it, Brian. I mean, do something. Your father used to like yodeling. Did he yodel like that with those words?
He did, but he went, yodelay. I can't do it.
Yeah, you go a lot faster, and it's kind of, it's probably not going to sound good over Discord.
I got you. Elbow.
You could hear, when he was doing that in Ireland, you could hear him in France. He was that loud.
Yeah, right. Elbow, what do you? What's your position on yodeling?
I have none. I have none whatsoever.
Hey, you know what, Elbow? You can't be here, dude, because you're gonna get blackballed over on Land of Misfit Toys 2.0, man. You already know that, right?
Oh, that's definite for sure.
It sounds like you don't care much.
I mean, I don't know how triangles can't be triangles.
Or hold on a second. My wife's bothering me because she knows I just started a show, so I got to answer a quick question. Boy, that was an important question. It was quick. All right, where were we at? Yodeling? Okay, we already went over yodeling. Elbow TV is going to get blackballed over at the Land of Misfit Toys. Obviously, he doesn't care. And
and I think we should relay to the audience that I drive you up the wall because I lack conciseness and you lack patience. So at any point I've agreed upon with QE, that at any point tonight he can mute me, and that's the last you'll hear from me on this show. That was the agreement, wasn't it?
No, that doesn't mean I'm going to mute. If I mute you, it's not like a permanent mute. It's not like a once and done thing.
I thought that was the deal. If I push it to that limit, that's what I get.
Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah, but it's not one and done. It's not like permanent. I'll just mute you until I regain my patience back.
That'll be next week.
Yeah, so it's not one of those virtues that I have. I'm sorry. Patience, I've lacked patience ever since I was born. So sorry about that.
No worries. I've lacked conciseness since I was born.
I wonder what is the most respected of those virtueless virtues.
Patience.
You think?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I've had that issue and you've identified it a long time ago. It's not like it's not like it's a mystery or a differential equation, right? It's right there in your face.
It's not that you don't have patience. You have plenty of patience, but only with certain things.
Yeah, good point. So it's subject oriented, is what you're saying? It drives it.
Yeah, it's subject to the topic or to the thing that you're doing. Like, I mean, it takes patience to learn how to shoot a bow, for instance. It takes patience to learn how to do this or to do that or do the other thing. So it's not as if you don't have patience. It's that with certain things You don't have patience with other people when they're not being concise in what they're saying. Like Adam is the complete nemesis of you, or antithesis of you. But yet, because he makes such good points, even though he takes a long time to make them, you can't convict him, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
But he drives you up the wall because he takes 12 times as long as you do.
Is that what you imagine when you're sitting back listening to Adam on the show, or you? Can you imagine I'm sitting here, what's going on?
Yeah, I can imagine that the secret noise. I can. Yeah, but I lack patience too, because I do come in and I don't wait for someone to finish. I come in over the top of them often, so I'm known for that.
How many times have you do you think, like, have you ever seen somebody that push away from a desk on their chair, just push away and with their hands in the air?
I imagine that you do that all the time.
That's too damn funny. I'm gonna
literally, I imagine it.
I'm gonna catch
doing it.
I'm gonna catch myself and then doc you. I'm gonna write it down, the nonverbal communications, because sometimes I'll just go on mute, so you won't hear me. Sometimes I forget to hit the mute, and you'll hear me in the background. What the fuck?
Oh, don't worry. Adam knows that's going on. Adam knows that there's an absolute tornado happening in front of your computer screen. But he's calm. He's in the eye of the storm. He's totally calm about it.
He is immune. He's immune to it, isn't he? Because he knows what's going on, but it doesn't. He never wavers in his lack of conciseness. Some like you.
Yeah, he couldn't care less.
That's correct. You can tell it in his voice, can't you? I could tell.
Yeah, I do. I'm taking note of it. I know what's happening, and I'm trying to get it over with. Get whatever I'm saying over with. So not to not allow it to get out of hand. He doesn't give a damn. He'll just continue on till he's finished making his point.
That's right.
So it's kind of like you're like the unstoppable force, and he's like the immovable object.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. You catch me sometimes though, because I'll hit the mute button, but it doesn't go on mute locally on the mic, and you'll hear some things in the background, and while somebody else is talking, I'll hear you over talk them and say, "QE, I was almost done," or you'll have a comment, right? Hey, this is important, QE, right through the top of somebody else talking. I say,
yeah, I'm guilty of it.
I say, damn, I forgot to hit that mute button. Yeah, too funny. All right. It's a lot.
None of us are perfect then.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Who would have thought it?
Yeah, who'd have thunk it, right? Okay, let's get our act together here. Backstabbing double quantum. What the hell is it? Is more pathetic lying and backstabbing double quantum. Loofah Sibs. That's a really good one, Christian Checkers. There's some crazy little has YouTube been adding like extra numbers and stuff to the names? What's going on out here? It's really weird. Is that? I don't think that's Christian. Go ahead.
What are you talking about? He's talking about numbers added to the end of someone's name on Discord, is it?
Yeah, no, on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example.
I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, for example, it's Christian Checkers 04F. And then I saw like Jenna's is U1J. Is that what you see?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah. Yep. It's very strange. Okay. Well, fair enough. They can play their reindeer games, I guess. I don't look too much out here, so. Well, welcome to the show, guys. What we're going to do, we're going to go over a little incident that happened on FED, I think the next day after my last show, so obviously that's Wednesday, to people that took offense to me exposing Jedi and Gomer Pop Stick, who said, you're going to see Tuesday, who said that they ain't going to watch the show. So you had Bonehead Neil. I'm not going to watch the show. Jedi, no, I'm not going to watch the show like 5 or 6 times unsolicited. No, I'm not going to watch that. No, I'm not going to watch it. And all of a sudden, everyone watched the show the next morning. So I don't know. It's very, very bizarre behavior out here. Flatsy and I touched on it right before the show. It's like something happened, like in September, where we went off into an alternate reality or something, and we're on this lane. It's bizarre behavior from people. But you know, you want to be bizarre, be a bizarre dumbass. I'm still gonna call you out. So go ahead and be bizarre all you want.
It's just always been a thing. It's just always been a thing that we critique each other. Like if you've got a valid critique, then you put it forth, and you know, people analyze. Like that's just always the way it was. It was something like you kept each other sharp, and I don't feel like that's happening anymore.
No, we have bizarre behavior going on. It's very strange, but I'm going to put that off to the side, and I'm just going to listen to words come out of your blowhole, right? I'm going to keep doing that because I've always done that, and it's not going to change. So it's pretty weird that you haven't watched the show, but now you're doing a show the next day that's talking about what happened on the show that you didn't watch. So besides that bizarre behavior, just wait till next Tuesday. I'm going to show you in space. We're not going to get into it today.
Could I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
There seems to be an ongoing trend that's happening in the flat Earth arena as we know it, where people are forgetting that it's not about feelings, it's about facts. Right? There's a lot of feelings coming into it. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You're saying that bad thing about this good person, this kind of stuff. No, it's about facts. Someone says something, and they're saying correct, then it should be open to critique, and the people critiquing it should not be attacked for critiquing it. We didn't come into this arena to talk about feelings, right? Leave that up to the opposition if they want to come into it. We're not here for that. We're here for truth and facts. And anyone who is not here for that and has feelings issues, they shouldn't be here.
Oh, and yeah, and if the truth is the truth, no matter if the bad guy says it.
Who might that be?
We all know who the bad guy is.
Adam Meakin.
Adam Meakin.
I mean, Merkin.
How did I ever get that? I don't. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like it, but why? I'm not a bad guy, as far as you know. I guess no one can pinpoint it. Okay, we can move on. So this subject about triangles, right? See, this was a killer topic about 3 years ago when Tent started to come out about the sextant, right? It took a while for the Globers to realize they had their slobber nurses. It took them a while to get it too. It took about, I don't know, maybe a month, maybe 6 to 8 weeks, for some longer. Guys, we can't allow right-angled triangles out here, right? Because we're screwed. So they finally got it. They finally realized it, right? And they've been going up against it for I don't know how long, denying that there's, any right-angled triangles in celestial navigation, which is so friggin' idiotic. I mean, just a simple elevation angle. I mean, you have a sextant. That's a tool you use to measure elevation angles, right? And what it gives you is a right-angled triangle. We'll be going over that here in a few short minutes. And everyone seemed to catch on real quick, right? 24/7, because I took it over there and I said, listen, guys, let's just go right at them, right, and just kill them with this. You can't have a curved adjacent. You just can't do it. It's impossible. They're dead, right? So they all got on board. Jedi, everyone was going at the, they wouldn't go deep into celestial navigation, but you don't need to. All you need to do is do the first step. Because ballers, they have to deny the very existence of the sextant. They can't have that exist because it measures elevation angles, right angle triangles, and that baseline has to be horizontal, right? So they have to deny its very existence. So they caught on quick. Well, quick, like eight weeks after. Or their slobber nurses caught on quick. It's over right there. You don't need to go any further. A lot of people like Brian and Adam, they go further and further and further, which is fine. It's very interesting, but I just cut them right off at the friggin' ankles, right there. It's one of the first steps. I mean, it's the sextant. It's all over. So I don't know what happened between that time. Jedi was very good with the argument. He understood it. Now all of a sudden, out of the blue, it's not a there's no triangles. That's not a triangle in elevation angles or celestial navigation. I'm like, what? What happened? What, you all of a sudden got retarded? I guess so, because that's his position. I guess Gomer Pop, what stick? Jedi mind tricked him, no pun intended. I don't know. I don't know what went on. I mean, over there now, it's they're giving the ballers gravity, refraction, now geometry. They're just giving it over to. Are you people ballers now or something? Could somebody please explain this to me? Anyone? No?
They definitely give that.
Go ahead, Brian. One at a time.
They definitely give that appearance. They give the appearance that there's several ballers over there who are leading people who think the flat earthers astray. Now, you can't be a flat earther. You may not be a baller, but you can't be an actual flat earther if you're allowing yourself to be led astray by the likes of AI Overlord or this DJ guy. You can't be a flat earther if those type of people are leading you astray.
Anyone else?
Yeah, they're like ballers in a flat earth trench coat.
That is really good. That's a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, okay, like I said, we'll get on with it. It seems that after they didn't watch the show, then they went over and talked about watching the show, and I don't know what it is, like 24/7 Land of Misfit Toys meets FED, and I really don't know what this is about. Did Neil bring Jedi over, like, to justify Jedi's existence? I don't know. It's all very strange, right? But you guys make the call. I mean, we're going to play it here. See if you can come up with any semblance of friggin' sense.
Well, Neil was on Discord the night of the night previous when we were doing the show on last Tuesday's QE Live. And he was giving out about Jedi being critiqued and how it was wrong to critique Jedi. Like, this kind of stuff. When everyone is open to critique, and he knows that. Now, the next day he was saying, from what I remember here on FED, they better listen to it, that there's some issue or something going on. His stance the next day wasn't that you shouldn't critique Jedi. What happened to his stance from the night before? Do you know what I mean? No consistency.
Okay. Well, let's let them roll. You guys joined QE Live. You're seeing this. I threw it on over to YouTube. We're going to get ready to go on this. See any semblance of any sense this is going to make. This should be pretty fun. Okay, we ready? All right, here we go.
again.
Hold on, I got disconnected. I was hoping Jedi can clear the air about this elevation angle that was going back and forth with Vaxi. If he doesn't want it, that's fine, but I would like to hear his position on it, if you don't mind.
Oh, boy. Darn ads.
Good.
A cute dog.
There's a bit of an echo.
Oh, I hate what's been going on with that. 1 second. What? 1 second. That's been going for the past few. Hold on 1 second. I have my sound turned down, and it's just been happening for the past couple shows. Is everyone getting an echo in Discord?
I'm not getting one.
Flatsy?
Neither me, but the audio is very low.
That's an awful deep voice for Flatsy.
Sorry.
Yeah, it only echoes when it seems like when you leave your mic open and it'll echo through. Maybe that's what's happening, or maybe it's not. I don't know.
I've been leaving my mic open the whole time for the past 4 years. So all of a sudden it's picking up on my speakers. Let me try to turn it down a little bit. It's hard for me to hear to begin with. All right, let's try that. Here we go.
Do you know what he's talking about, Jedi?
Good conversations with Vax over the last few years. Sorry.
Okay, you guys hearing an echo with that?
Much better.
Yeah, but I can't hear it.
Shit.
That's not good for you.
What's
yeah, you need to be able to hear it.
What's going on, Brian? So, okay. I'm going to have to turn my mic off and then come back in. I hate that. I always forget to turn it back on. Okay, that's just what we got to do because
are you using using headsets?
No, I'm not. Don't worry about we're not going into any technical stuff here. So let me turn this up and I'll just have to turn my mic. You guys will tell me, QE, you're on mute. That's fine. So I took it back a couple frames. We're going to start over. Here we go.
Conversations with...
Let me take it back a couple more. Give you a full J. Here we go.
Fine, but I would like to hear his position on it, if you don't mind.
What? Do you know what he's talking about, Jedi?
Good conversations with Vax over the last few years. Sorry.
Is somebody talking to me?
I think that was. I think that was the
Let me go back. Let's try it again. Here we go. We'll get it.
If you don't mind.
What? Do you know what he's talking about, Jedi?
Good conversations with Vax over the last few years. Last year or so. Quantum Razor did a video yesterday where we...
Quantum Razor did a video yesterday. I thought that you said you didn't watch it and you weren't going to watch it. And if you did watch it, you get pissed off. You said it a number of times. At least 6 times. You said it over like a 4-hour period. We're going to be going over that on Tuesday. So what is the problem here? It's lacking consistency. There's many contradictions, right? It's small potatoes, but I think very important. Here we go.
Last year or so. Quantum Razor did a video yesterday where he's talking about myself and AI with regards to elevation angles and some other bloody claims. He spent about an hour talking about the leg of a triangle or something.
No, I didn't. You're a liar. I did not do that. So what is this?
That didn't happen.
So it didn't happen. So what is this incoherent color commentary to get everyone off the trail? Like QE bad guy? Right? That's not going to save your dumbass. It didn't save you on Tuesday. I don't know why you come in here. You think they're going to save you in here? Let's see what happens.
I don't really think there's much to clear up.
Oh, no, there isn't much to clear up at all. I want you to notice something, too, with these idiot crayon munchers from 24/7. DJ Dumbass did the same thing. They turn their gains of their mic all the way up, and they can overtalk anyone in the VC. I just want you to notice that DJ Dumbass did that same, or pulled that same routine on my show before he got his ass ripped up. Right? Just something to note.
It's an elevation angle.
May I add something?
Yes, you can.
Yes. See, this was a bit of a poisoning the well. And then it's, if he didn't watch all of the show, then it would be an argument from ignorance also. So I just would hope that you get the facts straight before you start arguing your side. You got to get all the ducks in a row first and then argue your side. Surely.
It's a good point. Okay. Here we go.
Really think there's much to clear up. It's an elevation angle. It's not a triangle.
So that doesn't need clearing up then, Jedi.
Exactly.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's serious. All right. Well, let's go. Let's try this. We'll try this again. I must have done this, I don't know, 60, 70 times. So elevation angles aren't right angle triangles. I don't know, from Q Math, elevation angle formula, this looks like a right angle triangle to me. Let's go to GeoGebra. Angle of elevation. I don't know whether it's me. That looks like a right angle triangle to me. Just saying. GeoGebra again. It's another right angle triangle. Angle of elevation.
But it's not a triangle.
It's a hypothetical triangle.
Back to GeoGebra. Now they're using angles of elevation and depression, which is more or less a reverse angle of elevation. This looks like a triangle, a right triangle to me. Is it just me? Again, GeoGebra. It looks like two right angle triangles, one within the other. From University of Regina, Pacific Institute Mathematical Sciences, angle of elevation. This looks like a right angle triangle to me. From Math Only Math, two angles of elevation. This is what Bubby Bruni did, similar to this effect. This looks like two right angle triangles to me. From study.com, you guys seen this the other day with the arrows pointing at it. What is an elevation, angle of elevation? Looks like a right angle triangle to me, ladies and gentlemen. Math space, angle of elevation. Again, am I seeing things? Is this a right angle triangle? I must be.
Is that a rhetorical question?
Yeah. Yeah. Math space again, angle of elevation, another right angle triangle. Back to Q Math. Again, right angle triangle. As soon as someone says 90 degrees, you instantly invoke a right angle triangle, ladies and gentlemen. Just saying.
Could you just pause on that one there, the Q Math one from before? Yeah,
which one?
Please.
Yep.
This one here, yeah. And if people note that the sides don't have lengths, they are lettered as A, B, and C. But it's still a triangle, a right angle triangle. This will be important to remember.
Don't you anticipate?
I'm not going to give away anything. I'm just saying for the audience, it will be important to shut up, you. Important to remember. That's all. Over the next hour or so.
He's just trying to steal my thunder.
I did a good job of it.
It's a good point.
I was about to get on you for one more slide behind that one.
You were about to get on me? All right. Let's go one back. Okay.
One more back.
One more.
Yeah. Okay. What is it under that?
What's under what?
The elevation and depression, right? And it's under what category?
Angle of elevation and depression. Angle of elevation. That category?
Right. It's under what category on the left side?
What do you mean under what category on the left side?
It was under something. Okay, so the left, the topic side.
Yeah.
Trigonometry.
Trigonometry.
Yeah, trigonometry. That's fine.
Right, and remember the discussion we were having the other day? You and me. When we're doing elevations, we're not doing trigonometry. You said nope.
That's correct. And then what did I say? And
it's part. It's not the whole, but it's part of. Is it not?
That sounds like a fallacy to me, but it's a composition fallacy. But that's all right, because I said to you, you know what? You sent me that video, right, of the naval warfare, surface warfare officer, and I said, damn, that's been a long time, right? So guess what you're gonna do?
That's one of the videos once I saw that, I got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Guess what you're going to see here in a few minutes? Yeah, you're going to see that
same video.
You bet your ass I am. So, okay. But there's no question here. The question here is an elevation angle a right angle triangle? That's all we're asking here. Okay? Brian, did you want to add something to that?
Something very quick, yeah, just so the audience know. They're not using trigonometry in celestial navigation because they can't. There's no way to determine what would normally be used for trigonometry without using the process that they use to gain the length of the adjacent.
Sure.
And then it doesn't matter if you then use that to gain the length of the hypotenuse or the opposite, because the celestial bodies don't behave as terrestrial objects, so they don't adhere to terrestrial geometry. So you can do all the calculations you want to come up with all the opposite heights you like, right? That still won't give you a height to the star, but all that doesn't matter because it's still a right angle triangle, whether you do that or not, or don't do that.
Correct.
It doesn't change that.
Correct. We'll get to that. That's the one topic at a time. We need to identify what an elevation angle is if we're going to get there. All right. We were on this one. So again, from Q Math, this is one of my favorite. This is probably first came out. This was the first one I came up with when the elevation angle argument come out. So this is the first one. The daggers into spinning space monkeys. Remember I did this? I put the daggers in here. See that line right there? That was the whole point. But I don't know. This looks like a right angle triangle to me. And Elbow TV's favorite one, right? So we're gonna be seeing this again. See, there's two of them in here. This is from the surface warfare officer. I think his name was John Zimmerman. I think that's his name. That he was showing everyone the basics of celestial navigation. So we're gonna get back to this. Just keep this in mind. By the way, this looks like a right angle triangle to me. This looks like a boatload of right angle triangles to me. I got this from 10th. Now, was this from a handbook on celestial navigation, or I don't know what the source is for this, but you get the idea, right? These look like right angle triangles to me. So I don't know whether Jedi's been drinking heavily or eating paint chips from the 70s, but he's got to be some type of moron. Right? There's no other way you can deal with this. This is an elevation angle is a right angle triangle. Period. End of story. Everyone good? I sure hope so.
Because if it was a triangle,
that was more of a rhetorical question. You're right on the edge, Brian. You're right on it.
Angle. It's not a triangle because if it was a triangle, we'd have a distance along the hypotenuse and the opposite.
Really? Let's see. This is Brian's point from just a few minutes ago. So, you see this? Like, there are no angles in here. There's no distances. There's no length of the sides. But guess what? It's still a friggin' right angle triangle. I mean, duh. Yeah. clown. Let's see how FED handles this.
Don't have a distance along the hypotenuse and the opposite. It's not a triangle. Those two lines don't meet at an actual point in space, the star.
They don't. That's not what the naval officer is going to tell us here in a few minutes.
Pause.
Good.
How can he even reference an opposite and a hypotenuse if he's not speaking about a right triangle?
Yep. Elbow it tickled him. you tickled him, Brian. It's very true. Thank you.
I mean, with the distance that we the distance we get from the base and having the degrees on both, actually all three, we could definitely get distance between the hypotenuse and the using a little bit trig. But anyways, continuing.
Don't worry about that yet. We're gonna get there. Just relax.
Definite location. It's not a right angle triangle.
Yeah, it is. I just exposed you like 25 times. You're through. You'd fail intro to third grade geometry.
It's an angle measurement.
Just an angle measurement? No, it's an elevation angle measurement. And an elevation angle is a right angled triangle.
It is absolutely.
No, it is a right angle triangle.
Got one on screen.
Yeah, there you go. So, okay, the argument's over. So Nathan got him, and looks like Vaxi Wax is in here. You're done.
Screen now. It is absolutely a right angle triangle.
I get you, but
you get him. So you said it's not a right angle triangle. He said it is a right angle triangle, and yeah, you get him.
But that means everything he said before that is bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. What? That didn't make any sense.
Does the opposite and the adjacent have a length?
Yeah, but we don't really much care. And the opposite is non sequitur to the discussion of right angle triangles in celestial navigation. You want to know why? As the Smithsonian's going to tell you, listen to this closely. A sextant is used to measure the altitude of a celestial body above a horizontal line of reference. This is the really important part with all the red lines, underlining thingies in here. Altitude, in this case, is a special use of the word describing an angular measure, not a distance in feet, miles, kilometers, whatever you want above sea level. That's not how it's used in celestial navigation. So I don't know what else to tell you, but it doesn't preclude the fact that the altitude angle or elevation angle is a right angled triangle. Your argument is piss weak. It's moronic. You don't know what you're talking about, Jedi.
Not necessarily. It doesn't have to have a length to create a triangle.
Okay, so the triangle, I'm not patronising, I know we all know 3 sides meeting at 3 points. Does the adjacent and the opposite meet at an actual physical location of the star?
What do you say? The adjacent and the... Let me go back. I didn't catch that.
Does the adjacent and the opposite meet at an actual physical location of the star?
No. The adjacent and the opposite side meet at an actual physical location on the ground. It's called the GP, geographical position, not at the star. You're a bit confused, aren't you?
Well, just before you go, I mean, when he calls it a physical point, what's he speaking of? Like, technically, if it's a light, right, it's a point. It's a point in the sky.
No.
Don't think can.
No. Wait, Brian. Hello. It's not in the sky. He said the opposite, the junction of the opposite and the adjacent. That's on the ground. Okay.
Well, yeah, it depends I have to add in this caveat. It depends, because if you're using an artificial horizon, or if you're using a bubble sextant, then it's parallel.
No, he's not.
Sea level.
No, he's not talking about that, Brian. He's not talking about a bubble sextant. He said the adjacent and the opposite. Period.
Yeah. And the adjacent is the base. The adjacent is the base.
Man, you're
so
loud.
We'll never meet in the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
Brian, so he just got what he was saying wrong, basically.
Yeah, he got confused between him and Gomer Pyle Fucksticks argument from the other day about the opposite and the hypotenuse meeting in the sky. You're thinking that's what he said.
Okay.
He'll probably say that in a couple minutes. Then you can jump on him. Here we go.
Yeah, it just could have cut out a little bit for me. That's all. So.
Oh, okay.
What's your question? Does
not actual physical line?
What's your question? Does it? Why didn't you wait for the Tommy? Vax, relax.
No, they're imaginary lines. There's only one, and that's on the surface of the Earth. The other one's imaginary from your sextant.
The imaginary line, yeah. I'd like to get the context of the imaginary line. You're actually measuring an elevation angle. So if you want to classify it as imaginary, I guess you could do that. That's not going to help your case all that much.
To the star, and the imaginary opposite from the star to the geographical position.
Is the geographical position an imaginary position?
If it's a triangle, that'd have length.
If it's a triangle, they do have lengths. One is a misnomer. It's not used. I just showed you with the Smithsonian. That would be the opposite. We don't need the hypotenuse in celestial navigation. It's meaningless. We need that adjacent, though.
Yeah, but
it's not like a magical pole shooting out of the sextant.
Hold on.
I mean, it's all imaginary.
At the GP, you've got a right angle. It's on screen now. So when you're doing...
Yeah.
Oh, he got the same one I showed. Cheater.
When you're acquiring your fix, you've got the line.
Well, if you understand, Jedi, there's 3 right-angled triangles here. So you don't have an argument anymore. If you're agreeing, yes, yeah. Huh? I don't know. He appears confused to me.
From the star, let's say that you're measuring down to the ground position, and then from that position to you, that's a right angle. And then from you up to the star.
Nathan said that's a right angle. Jedi said, interrupted him and stuff. Yeah, he can't close his mic off. He said, yeah. Well, that's it. You just imploded your entire argument if you're saying yeah and agreeing with him. I don't get it.
Well, that's a triangle.
There we go again. He said it again.
Yep, 100% agree.
Yep. I'm turning this back. What?
You up to the star. Well, that's a triangle.
Yep, 100% agree with you, but the star...
Well, you 100% agree with him, but... Now, there are no buts with 100% agree with him. It's not an agree-disagree genre anyway. You just imploded your whole argument, Jedi. You're toast. But let's hear the but.
Star? Well, that's a triangle.
Yep, 100% agree with you, but the sides don't have lengths.
Oh my God, man. You can't be this stupid. You can't be. Your argument's done. It's all over.
Only one side has a length. That's the opposite on the Earth, right?
Only one side has a length, and that's the opposite. Huh? What?
What?
Huh? What? I don't know. I can't do anything with that because it's so incoherent that I can't. There's nowhere to go with that. So I'll just leave.
I mean, if it was the opposite, that means we would have a height.
Yeah, and we've already seen in celestial navigation specifically, they're not concerned with the height. It's only an angular thing.
The distance between you, the observer, to the geographical position.
Yeah, that's the adjacent, not the opposite.
Right?
What? From
right?
You to the GP.
Other two don't have lengths, do they?
Oh, good.
The conversation is about that star at the moment and it being a actual geometric location.
What? What the hell does that mean? I can't deal with that. So we'll continue.
In like three-dimensional space, these imaginary lines meet at that point.
Yeah.
By consequence of that, that's giving length to those lines.
Yeah, the sides have lengths, but we really don't care. The only one that we're concerned with in celestial navigation is that adjacent one. That's the one we're concerned with. The opposite side is utterly meaningless in celestial navigation. It's worthless, as is the hypotenuse. Now, no one mentions that, but they figure, you know, if you could fog a mirror, you'd be able to figure it out. Yeah, it's just the adjacent.
And the distance to that star, which we don't do in celestial navigation.
Well, that's correct. So why are you bringing it up?
No, you don't do that, but that doesn't mean it's not a triangle.
Exactly. That's another death to his argument. What is that, 3 in a row? Why is this conversation continuing? Isn't it over?
You agree it was a triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not triangulating, are you?
What?
Yeah, you're not trying to acquire the distance to the star in terms of its height off the ground. You can't do that.
Absolutely.
It changes.
Yeah, just talk right through him, Jedi. You're toast.
You raise an altitude.
Florida peanuts? No shoeing.
But it's definitely
here we go.
Definitely a triangle.
Definitely. I mean, so he said, now it's definitely a triangle.
But it's definitely a triangle. I mean, all of the diagrammatical examples that I have rolling by daily show it as a triangle.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of your argument. What is this, 6th time?
A conceptual triangle, but
it's a conceptual triangle. What do you mean by that? What does that mean? I mean, you're measuring an elevation angle. I don't know what he means. Is that supposed to save him or something? Anyone?
Well, sorry, Adam.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say I don't know. I mean, this is the thing that he was saying. It was conceptual. When are you ever doing a real one?
Yeah, are we taking a string that shoots out the sextant? Is it like shooting, a bullet with a string attached to the bottom right up to the star or whatever it is, and then one comes down? What? Huh? Go ahead, Brian.
Well, that was basically my point. All measurement of elevation angles, whether it be to a star or a mountain or building, they're all conceptual. It's like a tool being used for measurement.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he means by it. Let's
point
see.
is on those diagrams, that star, it's not its actual physical location, is it?
No.
What do you mean no? What do you mean its actual physical location? What do you mean no? How do you know that? I mean, according to the naval officer, it's yeah. We'll get to that here in a couple minutes. No, Neil. Really? Okay.
It's an apparent location.
It's an apparent location. What does apparent mean? Not actual? So it's in its not actual location. However, it's 90 degrees above your head, and the GP's sitting right there at your feet. So
nobody can make a claim about it because nobody knows what they are. So you can't make any claims of what it is. All you know is that you can't measure. You can't determine a height in meters to them.
Yeah,
that's just not possible.
They're not claiming that they're not on that topic yet, Brian.
That's what Nathan, in fairness, is talking about there. When he's saying no, he's saying that's what he's referring to.
Okay, so he's off. So what you're saying is Nathan's off topic.
Well, he's a little bit ahead of Jedi.
Oh, okay.
On it,
all right, fair enough.
Know that.
Yeah, it's an apparent location. And this is just me, right? And
maybe who?
A few others.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you who the few others are. Gomer Powell, Fuckstick, DJ Dumbass, and Yoder Idiot. That's and Jedi. That's the others that are concocting this cockamamie horse-pucky bollocks that's going to blow up in their face. Well, it already has. So, good job, guys. Thanks. I appreciate that.
If it's a right-angle triangle and it's...
Oh, it is. It's not if. An elevation angle is a right-angle triangle. You've already been exposed here. You're going to get exposed more here in a few minutes.
To fit the definition, then those sides have length.
Let's do this again. Yeah, see, there are no side lengths here, and there are no angles. But I can tell you with absolute certainty that this is a right angle triangle, imploding your dumb-ass argument.
I don't know. It doesn't have any lengths.
You got me. You go into a preschool saying that shit about a right angle triangle, they're going to laugh your ass out of there.
I think they put you in special ed.
Yeah, they would.
Distance. That means distance 2-star by consequence of right angle triangle.
What? Well, you sounded like a robot. Distance 2-star, that sounded like a... You're an idiot.
Now, conceptually, it looks like this orthographically when you...
What? It looks like this orthographically. You're not measuring an elevation angle orthographically, you glue sniffer.
Measure an angle when you're side-on view, but...
So there is no side-on view. Is he drunk? What the hell is he talking about? I guess no one else knows either. Okay, fair enough, because he's a moron.
Ultimately, you can...
Elbow, you're in here too. Look at you.
Yeah, but I was on my phone, so I couldn't really. Yeah, I had my earbuds. I couldn't get in there.
You're there. You're on this show right now, and then you're on my show right now. Are you like quantum tunneling?
Going to need sides for a right angle triangle, and we don't give distances, right? So,
except for the adjacent, that's all we need it for. It's still a right angle triangle, though.
Conceptually, might look like one. Actually,
conceptually, it might look like one. No, it is one. It's based on the definition of elevation angle. We already went over about 15 examples of that. You're finished.
It isn't.
It's not. So, you would fail intro to third grade geometry.
No, it definitely is.
So it definitely is from Nathan. This is about the 7th time. I don't know why this conversation's continuing. I'm clueless.
Triangle. I mean, it's on screen now for my audience. I mean, if you want to tell me this isn't a triangle, I'll just be like, well, it is, because it is.
Okay, Nathan, does the hypotenuse have a length?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand your point. You're saying
that's not the answer to his question. You understand his point. He has no point. He has the opposite point of what you just said like 7 times. So why? What is going on here? I don't know.
Because you can't calculate the distance.
Say it. Go ahead.
I'd be asking who the hell they work for.
I don't know.
I think the issue is, and this is one of the things, is the issues that that they have to practically make a claim that, well, the distance to the star is this much, because the always going to be like, well, you get this as a star if you have a triangle, yada yada yada, and they don't want to make the claim because they can't validate it, because you can't validate the height to the star, even though you get
it's irrelevant. Even if it's meaningless. So, I don't know.
And it be accurate. that means it's not a triangle? No, it's still definitely a triangle. It just means
there's about 8 times. It's still definitely a triangle from Nathan. Why is this argue? What's there to argue about anymore? Or discuss? It's still a triangle. Jedi's position, it's not a triangle. He's already demonstrated that it was. I have. The conversation should be over right now.
Means you can't calculate the height of the item you're measuring an angle to.
Yeah.
In this case, the sun on this
and
diagram.
I don't want to interrupt you. Sorry. And
you don't want to interrupt him, but you've been interrupting him the whole time. So, huh?
I don't want to talk past each other, right?
I don't want to talk past each other. Okay.
I definitely don't want to do that. It looks definitely, and I agree with you. Yeah, right angle triangle.
You agree with him? It's a right angle triangle. Okay, there goes your argument. We can all go home now.
But when we dig down into it,
but we have to dig down into it. What are we digging into, Jedi dumbass?
It can't be because those lengths.
So now I agree with you. It's a right angle triangle. But when we dig down, it can't be. That makes no damn sense. Okie dokie.
Those sides would have length, and consequently, distance to star.
Distance to star. You don't have distance to star. It's not a right angle triangle. Yeah, you must have said it like, I don't know, a bunch of times here. Nathan said you're more or less high, and you're compromised. We compromised you here. What else is left?
Yeah, if you're doing trigonometry.
You're not doing trigonometry in celestial navigation. Neil?
If you're trying to, what you're saying is, if you're trying to calculate the height of the star with that triangle, which it is, you can't.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that statement, that utilising that triangle to calculate the distance to the sun in the diagram I just had up, or star in the previous diagrams, well, no, you can't.
Listen to him. Yeah. Breaking them up every single time. Just shut up, Jedi.
Can't calculate the height to it using the triangle, but it is definitely a triangle.
Yeah. So it's definitely a triangle. Did you say yeah before that or after he said it?
Yeah.
Oh, after. So yeah, it's still definitely a triangle. But your argument, Jedi, we're back to this again. This is like the 8th time. So Nathan said it's a triangle. You're saying your original argument is no, it's not a triangle. And now you're agreeing with Nathan that it is a triangle. Makes perfect sense.
You understand, right? It's conceptually a triangle. We can.
I don't know what to do with you, Jedi. I really don't. You're a dumbass.
The triangle, but actually, physically, it's not a triangle.
What the hell do you mean by that?
What do you mean, actually, physically?
Exactly.
As in that physical point at the top in the sky called the star, those lengths don't have lengths. Right? It's not a triangle.
A triangle.
Okay. Okie dokie then.
Conceptually a triangle. Orthographic.
It's conceptually. We're back to this orthographical thingy-majiggy. You don't measure elevation angles orthographically, you glue-sniffing fungus muncher.
It looks like a triangle for us to use conceptually within celestial navigation when we make elevation angle measurements.
That's it. Elevation angle measurements are right angle triangles. You're done. 9th or 10th time. Isn't anyone going to object over here? Elbow, why aren't you objecting over here?
Up to the things in the sky.
Bluetooth on the car,
it's
man.
Not a triangle because we're not going to be figuring out. We don't know the opposite height. Right?
We don't know the opposite height, so therefore it's not a triangle. Then why did you say the opposite height? This is retarded.
Right, so when we...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, it's ridiculous because, as you've stated earlier, and we've all stated, you can get the opposite height if you want. You can determine it once you've determined the adjacent length.
via the celestial navigation process. But you need that to even get the adjacent length. But once you have that, you can determine the opposite height and the hypotenuse length. Who cares? You can't. That won't give you an actual height to the celestial body.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just wasting your time.
That doesn't make it. Yeah, just waste it. So how? So because you're not wasting your time doing something that you don't need to do, that means it's not a right angle plan.
Yeah, you got it, Brian. That's his argument. Yep. In a nutshell, yes. He's a glue sniffer.
We're doing, say, terrestrial fixes, right?
Terrestrial fixes? What the hell are you talking about? And that's a false equivalence fallacy. We're not talking about terrestrial anything here. We're talking about celestial navigation and using elevation angles. So why do you bring up, it's a red herring too. So what are you concerned with terrestrial and fixes? You couldn't fix yourself terrestrially. You wouldn't know what a terrestrial fix was. The difference between that and a chartreuse windsock, son.
Height of the lighthouse is known.
Who gives a shit about the lighthouse? So if the height of the lighthouse is known, why do you need to know or calculate or figure out the height of the lighthouse? Dumbass.
The height of the mountain is known from that.
Then you don't need to really calculate to get it if you know it. All right? Idiot.
That angle measurement, we can do a lot more trigonometry.
We could do a lot more trigonometry. Yeah, but we're not doing trigonometry in celestial navigation. This is a false equivalence fallacy from a moron. I'm going to show you that in spades here coming up.
Figure out the length of side of the triangle. Celestial navigation doesn't work on that length of side of the triangle.
What length of side of the triangle? We're interested in the adjacent. We're interested in that side. That's very important.
Would it meet at the star like they would?
No, the adjacent's not meeting at the star, glue sniffer.
Would do at the focal point of the lighthouse or top of the mountain.
The focal point of the lighthouse, that's important. That sounds sciencey.
We're making terrestrial measurements.
Yeah, great.
That's a false equivalence fallacy. You agree. Why don't you tell them that's a false equivalence fallacy when we're talking about celestial navigation here? Just a thought.
So you're saying when you do the same exact measure...
Cool. You got him saying cool now. Cool. Cool. Yeah. False equivalence fallacy, cool.
...to a lighthouse, you can employ trig to calculate the height off the surface for the lighthouse, where the...
Yep. False equivalence fallacy.
...light is, for example.
Yes. Yeah. Keep on interrupting them.
Yes.
But when you do it with the star...
Talk along with them.
Oh, you can't?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. But they're still triangles.
That's it. Yeah, that's all we want. Yeah,
that's all we want. Who are we? It's only you here. And he just debunked your argument again, and you agreed with him. After he said they're still triangles, you said, yeah, we agree. But unless you're not listening to him over that friggin' mic that you adjusted the gain on. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But that's all you're saying then. Okay, then you don't have an argument. For like the 9th time.
That's not a testament to what you're drawing out as a triangle to the light in the sky. It is still a triangle. It just means that the way that light behaves...
What? The way the light behaves? Go back. Huh? Say again?
Triangle to the light in the sky. It is still a triangle. It just means that the way that light behaves... is very different to how a terrestrial item like a lighthouse behaves.
What? Are you saying that light behaves differently? What does that mean? What do you mean behaves? I don't know.
Raise in altitude with respect to a lighthouse, the angle to the lighthouse will decrease. Whereas when you raise an altitude with respect to the sun.
Yeah, see, he's talking right through Nathan. Nathan's not caring. That doesn't sound like... He usually gets pissed when people do that. But it's being allowed here for some reason. He's talking right through him. The dumbass is talking right through him.
This was the exact example I gave Vaxwax. I hate...
That exact example is a false equivalence fallacy textbook. That's what your example is. If you gave Vaxi that same example. So, your point is, other than the fallacy?
Cutting you off, mate. But
yeah, you've been cutting him off the whole time, mate.
That was the exact example I gave to Vaxwax.
Yeah, the exact example you gave to Vaxwax, which was a false equivalence fallacy. Yeah. Is there another point?
Change your attitude to the lighthouse, the angle's going to decrease. Try doing that at the star, the angle doesn't change.
That's amazing. And?
Correct.
That's all I was pointing out to him.
That's all he was pointing out to him. It's utterly meaningless and a false equivalence fallacy. And Nathan just agreed. Correct. Yeah, you're right. And?
Yeah, they don't obey our
It's almost like terrestrial navigation and celestial navigation are different.
There you go, Vax Wax. That's amazing. Jedi? And?
No, trig. Not the navigation aspect. The calculation, utilization of trig changes depending on what.
Changes? There is no trig in celestial navigation. It doesn't change.
Just a second, please.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Just want to point out something. If I took an angle from a boat to a star, right, and I had the exact date and time, right, that I did this, then I can use that exact, right, just to say, and I was X distance from its GP, and by using that adjacent length distance, I could then, for whatever reason, decided to calculate the opposite and hypotenuse lengths, right? I could then, right, this is like stupid, but it flies in the face of their argument. I could then use that exact time and date, let's say 1 exact year later, whenever the next time is that exact point in the sky, to use that star, right, based off of the opposite height I took that time to determine my distance from the GP. Well, who cares? No one's doing that.
Yep.
So you could do it if you really wanted to, but no one's doing it because it's not necessary to do. So not only can you do what they're saying, you can't do that because it's not you're not using trigonometry. So blah blah blah. No, you could if you really wanted to.
But it'd be meaningless.
But it would be pointless.
Yes.
Well, what would be the point?
Yeah, I agree.
And I kind of have like this complete opposite on what Nathan just said about this, even though it's completely irrelevant. That saying that if you change height, the altitude on the how he was saying the differences between celestial and terrestrial things. Let's say if you change your height in anything terrestrial, the elevation changes. Yes.
Your angle will change. Yes.
Yeah, your angle will change. Yeah. Right, but we don't go high enough. We can't go high enough to say that doesn't happen. I mean, it's because if it takes
that's another
69
argument.
Miles. Right.
That's another argument.
It is. Right.
That's
if
another.
It does take 69 miles.
You're still going to continue with it, though, right?
Well, I was going to just finish this little point. If it takes 69 miles, in terrestrial traveling to change 1 degree, I mean, it has to take at least probably about the same going up.
Yeah, we're not getting into that. We'll just stick with the arguments right here. That's a good topic of discussion, but outside the scope here. Okay, I want to focus.
Yeah, I was just mentioning it because he mentioned it as just.
Yeah, it's strange.
Can you calculate the height of the star by a derivative trig value using?
Can you calculate the height of the star by a derivative trig value? Come again? Because that is moronic. What do you mean by derivative trig value? That sounded all mathy. Right? To somebody who don't know what maths are or trig is, to somebody that knows what trig is, that sounded stupid. Just FYI.
Using the triangle, answer, no. Can you derive the height of a lighthouse with trig? Yes.
Amazing. Of course, that's not what he's talking about. Jedi's argument is that the elevation angle taken in celestial navigation is not a right angle triangle. That's his entire argument. Does everyone get that? I'm talking to these guys back in time. Agreed. Shut up.
Yeah, and that's my point. That's it.
No, that's not your point. No. If you're saying that that's your point, you're in the midst of a false equivalence fallacy. If that's your point. That's not your point. Your point was that in celestial navigation, elevation angles are not right angle triangles. That, you don't even know what your friggin' point is. I know what it is. I heard you say it like 20 times.
I don't think the word triangle is used in celestial navigation.
What? What? Not a full deck. That's one of the most moronic statements I've ever heard. I sat in FED for nearly 2 years listening to 10th. If I had a penny for every time he said triangle, Hoover would be jealous. What the hell are you talking about? What? What was that? Let's try this. Are triangles used in celestial navigation? Yes, triangles are absolutely fundamental to celestial navigation. Specifically, the navigational triangle. Uh-oh, what's that? Star Path School of Navigation, the navigational triangle. Navigational triangle. Sorry, guys, it's small. You can't see it. I'll read it. The site reduction method we use in celestial navigation is based on this triangle. See this? Drawn on the Earth's surface. You do not, however, need to know anything at all about this triangle to do celestial navigation and do it well. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Hey, one deck. You're not a full deck, right? You got to be you had to be on shrooms for like the past 4 years. Is anyone going to say anything to him about that train wreck statement over here in FED? Let's hear.
No, it's just
no. Let's go back. Okay, I want to get this whole thing right here. All right, here we go.
My point. That's it.
I don't think the word triangle is used in celestial navigation.
No, it's just
no. It's not used. So, Nathan, triangle is not used in celestial navigation. Oh boy. I don't know what to say. I'll leave that out there with you, ladies and gentlemen.
Described as an elevation angle, but when you draw out the fact that you've got a G...
You just contradicted yourself. You said it was drawn out with an... Let's go back. I want to get the exact words.
No, it's just described as an elevation angle. But
no, because that makes no damn sense. No, because it's just described as an elevation angle. But an elevation angle is a right angle triangle, Nathan. Then why'd you say no? Contradict yourself much.
But when you draw out the fact that you've...
When you draw out what?
You've got a GP, which is directly below the star, perpendicular.
Yep, that's directly below the star. That's at 90 degrees. The moment you say 90 degrees, you instantly invoke a right angle triangle.
To the ground at 90 degrees.
That's over. As soon as anyone says 90 degrees, Jedi, you implode. It's over.
Means ipso facto, it is a triangle.
There you go. So he circled his way over the contradiction and came back to the point. So this is the 10th time you've been exposed, Jedi.
Conceptual.
Thanks for your little addition, conceptual, Neil. I'm sure that's helped Jedi out. You've saved him. Oh, my God.
What I meant by that is there's a lot of terminology in celestial navigation.
What you meant by that, you said triangles aren't used in celestial navigation. They're not mentioned. That's what you meant by that. So now you're going to double down? Not a full deck. Let's listen to the whole thing again.
Conceptual.
What I meant by that is there's a lot of terminology in celestial navigation. We all know what, zenith, GP.
Zenith and GP, yeah, that's deep, profound.
All the other terminology.
All the other stuffsies. And?
Triangle isn't one of the words used.
So you double down, not a full deck. Thank you very much. You're a pretender clown. And are not aware of your surroundings whatsoever. Hey, 10th, did you hear that? Is 10th in here? No, he's not in here yet. Is anyone going to say anything on FED panel to that dumpster fire of a train wreck that just come out of not a full deck's mouth? Let's see.
No. I know, yeah.
No. So Nathan agrees with him again. I swear that you were sitting in the same room with me for like the 2 years that we were choking on triangles. I swear you were there. Maybe I was hallucinating.
It's not used in that.
It's not used. Now for a third time, it's not used. Thanks. You're finished.
In celestial navigation. It's not true.
It's not used. Now, a fourth time, it's not used. It's not used in celestial navigation. It's not used. It's not used. You're finished.
Did Nathan just said true?
Yeah. He just said true. Yep.
No, it's not. But in the same token.
It's not. No, he confirmed it again. It's not. But in the same token? What the hell does that mean?
By the same token, you're not describing a box either, but you do.
You're not. What?
You literally describe a box being drawn out with your
with the why are you going to altitudes now? That's not Jedi's argument. I can't believe you people can't get this. Jedi's argument is that elevation angles are not right angled triangles in celestial navigation. That's Jedi's argument. I got it right off the bat. I mean, like as soon as you started to talk. You still haven't got it yet after what? 10 minutes of him saying it more or less in a few different ways over and over again? Hello, McFly. My word.
Altitude, right? You've got your derivative angle from your zenith and...
You got the derivative angle from your zenith. Can you show me the zenith mirror on a sextant? But I thought
the GP. Well, what that tells you is that there's a flat line along the sky and a flat line along the base. Now, if you take your zenith and the GP, what you're actually drawing out is a big box.
I mean, that's true. But that's not why Jedi's here. Well, why are you going there? What's next? The site reduction tables? Focus on why he's here and what his argument is. I don't get it. I really don't.
So forget about the triangle.
Forget about the triangle. Why should we forget about the triangle? Because that's what Jedi's argument is. That there isn't a triangle here. Why forget about it? Oh, boy.
It's cut in half by the elevation angle to the star, but ultimately you're drawing a box. Now, what that tells you is that there's a flat sky parallel to the...
That's amazing. Of course, nothing that Jedi's talking about.
Flat ground. But that's not necessary to describe the angle of measurement when you're trying to find your fix. You just...
The angle of measurement when you're trying to find... Then why are you telling them about it?
Just want to find out where the hell you are by drawing out circles, and you're trying to...
Why are we in the circles of elevation now? Just focus on the right angle triangle, the elevation angle. That's it. That's all the argument was.
Figure out the radial value to the GP.
Oh,
do you
boy.
need the height off the surface, perpendicular to the ground at 90 degrees to your position? Well, that's what it is.
So if it's 90 degrees, that you immediately invoke a right angle triangle, his argument's done. Again, what is this, the 11th time?
But it's not required for the height of the star. It's only required for a circle of equal altitude, so you can find the intersection point for your fix. Do you need to know that the sky is parallel with the ground to do that? No.
Then why'd you bring it up?
Hey, 10th.
But
Nathan, look in Master B. I've got some slides to clarify this.
You got some slides to clarify what an elevation angle is and whether or not it's a right angle triangle? Okay.
Situation.
Okie dokie.
Ah! Everyone needs lotion. I haven't heard anything from Discord. Are you guys still out there?
Yep, still here.
Okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Just wanted to check. I don't mind it. That doesn't mean I want you guys to talk. I just wanted to check. We're good. You're not getting any echo, are you?
Sometimes here and there.
Here and there, we'll put up. We'll just put up with it.
But I have a question, Kiwi.
Quick.
Yeah, isn't it wrong to say he's talking about myself?
Is it wrong to say he's talking about myself? I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, Jedi started with saying he was talking about myself. He should have said he's talking about me.
Okay.
Right, Sam.
You know, I myself, you yourself, him yourself.
Yeah, I got you. Yep. All right, we're gonna roll on.
I don't know how I present.
I just woke up a minute ago, so my brain hasn't turned on. When you say you're making a box, are you talking about your elevation angle and the co-altitude angle?
Hang on. Hang on. Let me help Nathan. Go to the very last slide to the right. Start with the cover. Yeah. No, to the far right. There you go. Hit that. Okay. Now you're going to go backwards. So this is from this book, Practical Celestial Navigation. And I've got everything highlighted as you go from right to left, and you can just read it. Go to the next slide. Just the one to the left of that, right?
Yeah, I can't read it. It's too small.
Yeah, let me get it to my. I'll do it. All right. So it says our overhead point is 90 degrees above the horizon.
That's it. That's the end of Jedi. As soon as you say 90 degrees, that's a right angle triangle. It's already over. So you can stop right there.
And therefore, the distance between a star and our overhead point would be 90 minus the star's altitude. Of course, we aren't really measuring a distance in the sky, but an...
Yeah, that's right. So, but that's not Jedi's argument. He's already been told that by Nathan and a number of other people, even me, when I showed the Smithsonian talking about it. No. He's just, Jedi's argument is that elevation angles in celestial navigation aren't right-angled triangles, 10th. Why are we going here?
An angle. Go to the next one. So from aircraft instruments, this technical manual, go to the written part. The sextant is one of the most important instruments used by navigators. It's fundamentally a kind of telescope for measuring the angular height of a celestial body, such as the sun, planet, or...
Yeah.
See, the echo that you're getting, it develops over time. So the longer that the clip keeps playing, that's when the echoing starts picking up.
Okay, appreciate it. I'll go on mute. Let's go back. I'll pull a J so you can get the rest of this. Thanks, Flatsy.
The sextant is one of the most important instruments used by navigators. It's fundamentally a kind of telescope for measuring the angular height of a celestial body, such as the sun, planet, or star above the horizon. This height is not measured in feet or miles or inches, but in terms of angular degrees.
Yes, we already went over that. Yeah, that's not his argument. His argument is there are no elevation angles, that is right angle triangles, when you measure an elevation angle in celestial navigation.
Next one. Radar systems, radio aids to navigation. And it says, on celestial navigation part, and a sextant is used for measuring the body's angular height above the horizon.
Okay, and how does that deal with Jedi's argument?
Next one. Mathematical elegance of planetary motion. And this one says, angles, not distances, are the fundamental astronomical measurements. Angles are used to define points on the celestial sphere by using the systems of coordinates discussed below.
What does that have to do with Jedi's argument? That's been train wrecked 10 times, 5 by him himself. 10th. This has nothing to do with the Jedi's position.
Next one, fundamentals of radio astronomy. Altitude or elevation. These are synonyms for the angular.
Did you hear that? Gomer Pyle, stick, and Jedi. Remember you said that altitude and elevation angle were different? Let's go back. Let's listen to what Tent just said. I know it's a little bit off topic, but humor me.
Altitude or elevation. These are synonyms.
Synonyms. Gomer Pyle. Synonyms. Did you get that? We'll move on.
For the angular height of an object above your horizon at any given moment. When a star is on your horizon so that it is either just rising or just setting, its altitude or elevation is 0 degrees. And when it...
That's amazing. What does that have to do with Jedi's position? Nothing.
It's directly overhead at the zenith, its altitude or elevation is 90 degrees.
That's it. Now you fell into it by saying 90 degrees a couple times. Well, there you go. Now you've mistakenly fallen into Jedi's position, that it's not a right angle triangle. You keep saying 90 degrees. Well, that's a right angle triangle. Sun shines on a dog's ass every now and again, I guess.
Keep in mind that this is an angle, not a physical distance. Figure 1.9 displays the altitude angle to a star. And the next one, decimal, Albert, and metric catechism. Question, angular and zenithal heights of stars. What do you mean, pray I, or just pray? I mean to say that when one speaks generally of the height of a star, one does not mean the true distance from the Earth to the star, but the angular distance and the star, from a star to a star. And as angles do not depend upon the length of their sides, the size of the celestial sphere matters not, nor do any of the imaginary extended lines and points of the Earth, such as...
That's great to know. Still not dealing with Jedi's argument, by the way. Just FYI.
Axes, poles, meridians, parallels, equator. So those are just several.
Several what? Things that are not dealing with Jedi's argument? Thanks.
Hope that helps.
Okie dokie then.
Very much so. And I'm glad this diagram's...
Very much so. How so? What I thought.
Depicted the way it is. So on the second to last one that you went through, it says in section 3, angle or elevation. These are synonyms for the angular height of an object above your horizon at any given moment. And then in the diagram, just to speak to Jedi's point, it's got the angle.
Wait a second, we're speaking to Jedi's point? What was Jedi's point? I'd like to hear somebody in that group actually articulate Jedi's point. I bet you they can't.
To the star, and then it actually labels your zenith, so it's presumably going to be calculating it with a co-altitude.
This is not Jedi's point.
Rather than a line down to the GP with 90 degrees to your position.
Now that would be dealing with Jedi's point.
So in this particular example, it doesn't complete the triangle, but that doesn't alter that when I say what you're forming is a box, yeah?
Oh boy.
This diagram kind of hides that fact, but simultaneously makes my point because it labels your zenith within the diagram. So you've got a zenith that's directly above your position.
Where's that zenith mirror on the sextant? I'd like to see that.
And then the angle to the star, and then the surface level. And it describes that as altitude or elevation. And then it's got the horizon as the baseline, your zenith having the 90 degrees to the horizon. But in reality, you have a GP. That's what you're trying to acquire. It's just...
Oh, we got there. So the GP, that's what we're trying to acquire. What's that angle right there at the GP? What might that be?
Not labelled in this diagram. So I can understand how somebody would look at this and go, well...
He hasn't looked at this. This is something just 10th brought up that was off topic.
In terms of the altitude, you're not going to be able to use trig to derive the height of the...
Of course you're not, because you don't use trigonometry in celestial navigation, Nathan. I know this is shocking. You figured that out after what, 3-4 years now?
Star. And in terms of the angle acquisition, it doesn't even show 90 degrees to your position.
Doesn't show that.
From the star. So how can you call it a triangle? Well, the reality is what you do need to acquire is the GP position for the...
There you go, and that's it.
That distance along the surface. 90 degrees to the...
That's it again. What is that, 12, 13 times?
Star. So it can only be described as a triangle. But moreover, each and every star that you will measure is on the same parallel plane.
What does that matter? That doesn't have anything to do with Jedi's argument.
In the sky. Why am I highlighting this?
Well, I have no idea.
Because there's more to flat Earth than the Earth being flat.
More than fun. Okay.
The sky is also flat.
That deals with Jedi's argument directly, because he came in saying the sky's not flat.
That's how it's measured.
You're addressing that picture we always show that I gave you in color and black and white from their manuals, which is called the astronomical rectangle. I know you can find it. If you do right now on this show, it'd be good to show it because that astronomical rectangle shows the two.
Yeah, but what does this have to do with Jedi's argument? I mean, it's all well and good, and you're correct, but it has little to do with Jedi's position.
Methods of celestial navigation. It shows one method if the navigator is on land with the protractor and the plumb bob, where the navigator knows the 90-degree zenith position.
90-degree zenith. That 90 degrees, what's that mean?
He or she has. And so there you have an inverted right angle triangle. And
there we go. Now we're getting close.
Sky is flat. The other method is with the sea sextant, which is using the horizon where you don't have any landmarks. And so you use the horizon, and because you can't use a plumb bob and a protractor on a boat that's bobbing and weaving, you use a sextant. And so that's a right angle triangle.
There you go. What's that, 13? Finally got there in the end, I think. So 13, that is a right angle triangle, correct.
That forms a normal, not inverted, but normal right angle triangle.
There you go. That's the 14 deaths to Jedi's argument. We finally got there.
Put the two together, the two different methods, you have the astronomical rectangle.
Yeah, that's cool, but that really doesn't have anything. I'm sure you can connect it. That wouldn't be, I wouldn't object all that much, but try to focus on Jedi's argument, please.
So if you can get a position of a star and it's direct 90 degrees over the...
There it is again.
Surface of the Earth by one of these two methods, it forms that box. And really what's at the core of this is to figure out the zenith distance, which is equal in the sky as it is on the surface of the Earth.
That's great. I mean, that's cool. But you're kind of straying away again from Jedi's argument.
Earth. So the 90-degree position.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where Kent is going, as in he's saying that astronomical rectangle is created by two right-angle triangles. The right-angle triangle of the elevation angle and the other right-angle triangle of the zenith angle, right?
Yep.
But all that is fine. But the focus is that Jedi is saying that the elevation angle in celestial navigation is not a right-angle triangle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if I was to use 10th position, well, how do you create this astronomical rectangle then without one half of it being a right angle triangle that is the elevation angle? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just no way around it.
Yeah. Agree. Yeah.
Of the navigator holding the plumb bob protractor with the inverted right angle triangle. That baseline in the sky is the zenith distance. But in order to get that with the C-sextant, you have to minus from 90 what your angle is from the horizon up. And then...
Where'd you get that 90 from?
You get the same number.
Hold on a second.
Now...
Just something that like, you don't actually have to do that. Right?
Right.
You don't have to use the zenith angle at all. You can just use the elevation angle, multiply whatever that angle is, right, by 60, then subtract it from 5400. That will give you the exact same thing. Don't need any zenith angle.
Yep.
So you're just using one right angle triangle. That is the elevation angle.
Yep.
On the surface of the Earth, because you're using the horizon.
Thank you for being so concise.
Don't speak too soon.
That's true. I shouldn't have counted my chickens. Do you hear that, Flat? See how concise he was?
I mean, it's just unheard of.
Shut up, you.
Horizon. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, very simple.
Yep. The sky appears to be flat, just like Earth is flat.
That's amazing. There, Neil, did Jedi come in saying the sky wasn't flat? Or did he come in saying that elevation angles aren't right-angled triangles? Time to get the Adderall drip at.
Flat.
I don't know what the sky actually is in terms of...
Who really cares? That's not Jedi's argument.
How we are utilizing it and measuring it. Ipso facto, it can only be flat.
Pause for the cause.
Right, but it appears like it is. I mean, everything Tent just went over. It appears that the sky is also flat.
And that was Jedi's argument. There you go, Jedi.
Yeah, totally. Well, not totally off topic, but there's definitely a veering away from the lane you're on.
No.
You know what I mean?
Now, do we know for sure? I don't know. I don't know what's...
Do we know anything for sure? Are we absolutely sure the sky is flat? Well, what do you think, Jedi?
Sky is.
The zenith distance is what you're looking for, and that's a straight line in the sky. Between the...
Yeah, Jedi.
Zenith of the observer and the star, that distance in between. That's the adjacent, that's the baseline in the sky. Speaking of which, the show started off with the Ballers just having no argument. So I wrote a new song called Flat Earth Blues that the Ballers...
Oh, God. Really?
...are singing now. It's in...
He did.
Did he write a song?
He didn't. AI wrote it. People are saying left, right, center that I write songs. It's AI, not you didn't write it. Come on.
Well, that's on point because Jedi doesn't believe in songs.
Discord that we're in under music under 10th. If you want to play it, I think it's appropriate.
That's going to end this video. I'll tell you that much. Second you'd hit that.
I don't know how to go to that. I don't use any of that functionality. Is there any chance you can shove it in Master B?
Thank the Lord.
I will send you the song right now in an MP3 format.
Perfect. I'll have a bash and play that. We can play out with it.
Attempting that though. What was the actual issue with this triangle celestial navigation? What was it something? What was it all about? That sorry.
Well, the issue was that Jedi came in. You've been in here the whole time, and you still don't know why Jedi came in. I'll explain it to you. Jedi thinks that elevation angles are not right-angled triangles in celestial navigation.
Yeah, miscommunications.
That's not miscommunication. He's retarded. He's all of a sudden become retarded. That's not miscommunications.
I can tell you right now.
I'll tell you right now.
No, I don't believe it's miscommunication.
Exactly, Vex.
I just feel like anything I say is just going to be deemed as incorrect regardless of if I am correct or incorrect, just based off of personalities, I guess. I don't know.
Feelings. Whoa. Feelings.
No.
Well, that's not true.
Just want to. Sorry, pause.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Neil came in there like as if he knew. Now, this is Neil who didn't watch the show, right? Who said he wasn't going to watch the show, and Jerry who said he didn't watch it or wasn't going to watch the show. Neil came in saying it was just a miscommunication. There was. How would Neil know if there's a miscommunication when he? Well, like, how could you get to that when it's just being laid out what the problem was from the Start of the Nation show or whatever that point into Nathan's show. The problem was Jedi saying that the elevation angle, right, is not a right angle triangle in celestial navigation. Then it doesn't have any elevation to it then. Do you know what I mean? That is the issue, Neil. It's Neil trying to whitewash it and PR it. It was just a miscommunication. It wasn't a miscommunication, and Neil is aware that it wasn't a miscommunication. That is a lie, what Neil just said.
Well,
an outright lie.
I don't know what Jedi's.
I don't leave them up with anything anymore. Any of them.
I don't know what Jedi's going to do. He's been quiet for some time now. I don't remember if he says anything. Let's continue a little bit further, and then we'll get into the naval officer.
I think they gave back.
I don't know. I mean, I got like if you watch the video from yesterday, it got argued with for hours.
That if he watches the video from yesterday that he didn't watch.
Hours and hours about just the simple fact that I said that your elevation angle is forming a right angle triangle. And it was just shit on. And, you know, in between like 10, 15-minute mutings every time I speak a sentence, and it was just annoying.
If you feel like you need to be vindicated, then fine. Yes, you're absolutely correct. It does form a right angle triangle.
What number are we up there? About 17, 18 now? Jedi, you hearing that? Any response?
It's on screen now, this depiction.
I know.
I am hanging.
See, this is where I have to jump in.
Still not getting it.
Only because right angle triangles have lengths of side.
Are you guys getting his argument yet?
We don't have length of side, we have angle measurement. That was pointed out by 10th Man when he first started.
That he pointed out? Didn't he mention 90 degrees a couple times? He just fell into it ass backwards? Yeah, you're finished.
Reading, right? It's an angular height. It's not the same as the lighthouse, which is an actual physical.
False equivalence fallacy. You're talking about terrestrial objects. We're talking about celestial navigation. Celestial navigation is the topic. Again.
Height of the lighthouse, right?
Oh, God.
So it's the point of meeting in the sky, and now I'm hearing what we utilize the sky as flat, but we obviously don't know what it is. But we can draw horizontal lines up in the sky between the two stars. But
between what two stars? What? What I thought.
Is that necessary?
Anyone from FED going to stop him? I guess not.
Necessarily mean that they're on the same horizontal plane actually in that place? I don't know. I won't make claims like that, I don't think.
That's how it's been measured, though. That is very specifically how that's what 10th Man just went through.
Yeah, I definitely understand how it's being measured.
You definitely understand that. Go ahead and explain it to everyone.
My contention is the length of the side of the hypotenuse.
Sorry, just a second.
Good.
He just focused on Tent said it's a Jedi just said Tent said it's an angular thing, an angular relationship or whatever, right? If you take any right angle triangle, right, the angle where the hypotenuse meets the adjacent, right, is that angle equals the angular length or height of the opposite.
Yes.
Now you don't have to give them give the opposite a height in inches or feet or anything else, because it's a right angle triangle. The opposite makes a right angle with the adjacent.
Yes.
It's that all elevation and altitude. I don't care if it's in angular form. If you want to say whatever you want to say, it's still a straight line.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That means, and it's, I don't get, like, just admit you're wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just accept you're wrong and carry on with your life.
Yeah, hang on. I think you made a mistake there somewhere, because Jedi was actually trying to say that terrestrial navigation and celestial are different. And he was saying because you've got the lighthouse is physical and you can take your and get your angle from that. That's on the land, basically terrestrial. That's what he was saying on that day, actually. Jedi.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. That's a false equivalence fallacy. We're talking about celestial navigation and elevation angles. Not
yeah, but they seem to think it was the same.
No,
that's what I understood.
No, it's not.
On the day.
Yeah,
they're not the same. I know they're not the same, and that's what he was trying to say.
Yeah,
that's all.
I know what he was trying to say. I heard him, and he's been wrong for the past 30 minutes and proven wrong about 17 times. We're gonna get it's gonna get deeper here in a couple minutes. Not with this. I'm gonna go to that other video. But go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, no, Jedi knows there's a difference between celestial and terrestrial navigation. Jedi was saying because you can determine the actual height of the lighthouse, but you can't determine the actual height of the star, that means you're not using a right angle triangle when you're doing celestial navigation.
Yeah.
You're still using a right angle triangle, you can't determine the actual height.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's right. You can't determine the actual height. So it's like an imaginary right angle triangle, because you don't, as you said,
it's not an imaginary right angle triangle. I'm sorry, I hit that by mistake. It's not an imaginary one. It's irrelevant, number one, and you're not trying to solve a triangle in celestial navigation, for God's sake.
Yeah, we know that. I don't know why they keep bringing it up. But
I know. They're morons.
Yeah. You know, I was silent for all that. I was silent for all that. Blimey, just have it.
Like, spoken about this, so I don't want to talk past each other and bring up things that we've already spoken about. I'm kind of addressing vax.
Okay, well, I'll agree with you also. Right, in terms of terrestrial measurements of things like...
Here we go through this terrestrial, all about agreements. You'll agree with this and agree with that. It's a false equivalence fallacy. So,
lighthouses, yes, you can derive the hypotenuse distance, if you want to call it that, right? If you wanted to know the triangular slanty side value in
what? We'll continue.
Meters or feet or whatever up from your position to the light on the lighthouse. You could derive that value, and then if you went and got a bit of string and dragged it out from the light to your position, it would match. But if you did the same with the star, it would not.
So what?
But the only value that you're trying to acquire is the radial value for the circle of equal elevation. In other words, it's not a necessity to acquire the value.
That's eventually what you are initially acquiring is the GP position. That 90 degrees, I think it's time. So, this, like I said, this is John Zimmerman. I did a treatment on this 3 or 4 years ago. If you guys were around here then, you know what I'm talking about. And I took offense to this officer's position and how he ducked and dodged his position, especially after I posted a little message to him stating how I found out that he was a glue-sniffing liar, right? You all remember this back in the day. After I sent him that little post, he added his special note down here, right? I'm going to read the special. In fact, I'm going to read it all. So, tableclass.com math. This video explains the basics of how math is used in celestial navigation. When people first started to navigate by stars, a massive explosion in trade and culture developed. Celestial navigation requires the use of a sextant, clock, a nautical table, but most importantly, requires mathematics. This is false. Then, after I exposed him, he added this special note to his description. Let's go ahead and read it. Special note, the Earth is round/oval. Well, he's a moron right off the bat, right? The Earth is oval? Maybe you ought to call NASA and have them redact the past 50 years of their train wreck images. Or you don't know what oval means. And round and flat aren't mutually exclusive. You can have a round and flat penny, LP, CD. Get it? So the Earth is round/oval. So my use, check this out. My use of right-angled triangles is a simple math model to explain, math doesn't explain, it describes the basic concepts of navigating by the stars. However, the actual math needed to perform celestial navigation involves trigonometry. He is a liar or a moron. Trigonometry on a sphere. That's a contradiction in terms. Which is very advanced math. Not advanced math, just advanced math. You're a moron, sir. As such, you should watch the video knowing that right-angled trigonometry is not actually used in navigation because the Earth is a sphere. No, right-angled trigonometry is not used because trigonometry is not used. And I'm gonna expose you again here in a few seconds. But right angles are used. Your whole discussion was based upon it. So let's check it out. Let's get his credentials first. Get that out of the way. 824. All right, here we go. To a commercial. Hold on for a second. All right, we should be good to go here. Listen up.
And actually, when I was in the Navy, and I don't know if you know this or not, but in a former life, I was a U.S. Navy officer. I was a surface warfare officer, and on one of my tours, I used to navigate a billion-dollar warship. That was my responsibility. So I had a bunch of people, a bunch of equipment, and I took this stuff, very seriously because I had.
So he was in charge of navigation of a billion-dollar warship in the Navy. So you'd think this guy knows what he's talking about, right? Yeah. Let's go back to the beginning. I'm already pausing. I'm going back to the beginning. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just he's saying the use of trigonometry. Like, besides him saying it's a globe then or a circle, it's oval, or what the bloody hell he was saying afterwards. That's incorrect. You're not using trigonometry. Unless they somehow class what you do in, maybe they do class, I don't know, I haven't seen any validation of it, that they class what is done in celestial navigation as trigonometry.
No, they don't.
It'd be interesting if they did class it.
No, they don't. No,
Yeah,
they don't. No,
yeah,
I'm gonna expose them here in a second.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, from him having done what he did, it seems very poor language.
It's not only poor language, it's deceitful. And I'm going to expose him here in a few seconds. Nancy and I are going to expose him. Stay tuned.
Hello, John Zimmerman with Tablet Class Math. And in this video, this is just kind of a, what's the word here? Not really going to be a math lesson. It's more of a a little conversation on celestial navigation and my appreciation for math and what it's
your appreciation for math, huh? Oh, brother.
Able to do. So if you're interested, hopefully you'll stick with me for a few minutes and learn something about navigation. And specifically, celestial navigation is navigating or finding our position on Earth by using primarily the stars, but you can use the sun and the moon. So it's actually
not all the stars. There's only a certain amount of stars in the Naval Almanac, somewhere in the vicinity of 57. But I can give him a break with that because this is just his, like he says, his general discussion.
Pretty involved skill to be able to do that, but and it involves a pretty good amount of math, trigonometry.
Nope, you're a liar. It doesn't involve any trigonometry. You said it again, right? Nancy and I are gonna eviscerate you.
Specifically, but anyways, what I want to do here is hopefully I'm going to do a good job at it, is give you a basic idea of celestial navigation and how navigators are able to find themselves on Earth. So it can be, hopefully I'm not going to mess this up. Hopefully it's not going to be too.
How would you mess this up? If you were a naval officer in charge of navigating a $1 billion warship, how do you think you're going to mess this up? That sounds absolutely asinine to me. We'll continue.
Confusing and
oh, it's confusing, John. I also told you to change your first name. Don't deserve it.
So here we go. All right. So it's very interesting, though, if I do this correct. All right. So let's say,
oh, brother,
here we are. Here, let's imagine this is the open ocean. Actually, this is Florida. This is near where I live. I love Florida. So we can see the land.
You would. Shout out to everyone in Florida. Leonard Skinner, all those guys used to be down there. Shout out there. But personally, if you take everyone out of Florida and then it would like fall off into the ocean, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Personally. Okay. Just wanted to share that. If it's seceded from the Union, I probably wouldn't have a big problem. I'd miss the dolphins.
But let's just suppose we didn't see the land and we're out in the middle of the ocean and we need to find our position at sea. Okay. So how are we going to do that? Now, let's say there's no cell phones, you have no electronics on board, you have no GPS, and you really have no idea. Well, what you can do is use celestial navigation to help you out. So here's the basics of how it works. All right.
So this is the basics on how it works. So in order to understand this topic, you damn sure better understand the basics. Yeah, makes sense.
So let's say I'm out there and let's see, I see a star here, okay? And I recognize that star. I just know that particular star in the sky is star A. I'm just going to give it a name, star A. Okay, and let's also suppose that right now the time is 6 p.m. Okay? Now, if somebody out there is watching this video and actually knows how to celestial navigate, clearly I'm going to be oversimplifying, but I think for most everybody, you'll get the basics of what I'm talking about. And that's the whole purpose of the video. All right, so here I am. I'm out in the middle of the ocean. I see star A. Okay, I know it's star A, and it's 6 p.m. Now, from my location, okay, I see star A, let's say, at 50 degrees. 50 degrees.
Uh-oh, really? So this looks like an elevation angle to me. So you see this star at 50 degrees, okay?
Degrees above the horizon. Now, how would I get that measurement? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe a sextant?
So the way I would get that measurement is using a nautical instrument. You've probably seen it. I'm going to try to sketch it real quick. It's called a sextant. Okay, it looks like this. You've probably seen mariners using it. And what they do, they pick this thing up, they look through it, and then they kind of swing something back and forth, and it's able to tell them the angle of.
See this thing right here? This is a baller's worst nightmare. They must deny the very existence of this instrument because it measures elevation angles. whether it be terrestrially or celestially or orangutanganally, it doesn't matter. Because the moment you can't measure an elevation angle on a curved surface because the adjacent will be curved. It's just as simple as that. They must deny the very existence of this instrument. That's the whole point. That's why this is such a belly laugher.
Of an object above the horizon, and really do have to be very specific with these measurements. Okay, so anyways, I take my sextant out. I know it's 6 p.m. and I look at star A, and I'm seeing it 50 degrees above the horizon at 6 p.m. on this particular day. All right. So what does this mean? Okay, if I have those two pieces of information, I'm on my way to finding my position at sea. Well, there is a book that navigators use. Okay, and oh boy, if I'm not mistaken, I think the book is called like HO 229. It's kind of a weird name for a book.
It's called a Naval Almanac. You could have just said that. You didn't need the nomenclature and all that for your discussion here, but okay.
It's been a long time, but anyways, it's essentially a reference of all these stars that we look at, these primary stars that we use for navigation. And I go to this book and I'm saying, okay, it's 6 p.m. and I'm looking at star A. And the book will tell me, well, star A should be located.
This is very important.
At this position, okay, at 6 p.m. Okay, at 6 p.m., you should be seeing star A directly over your head, 90 degrees, right? So
oh, SpaghettiOs. You see that 90 degrees? That's game over, ladies and gentlemen.
if I'm standing out here in the middle of the ocean at this position, okay, not where I'm at, okay, at this particular position, I would see star A directly above my head at 90 degrees, okay? So.
Okay. Game, set, and match right there. It's all over. But we'll continue.
If let's suppose a star A just fell straight down onto the Earth, it would be at this position at 6.
Oh, really? So if that star fell out the sky, if it fell straight down, it would land right on your head. Did you hear that? Jedi and Gomer Pyle Fuckstick. Did you hear that? It just blew your idiot crayon munching arguments into the smithereens. Yeah.
6 p.m. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you, right? So if I'm right here and I'm looking at star A, I would be looking straight up, right above my head up in the sky. But obviously, at 6 p.m., I'm looking at star A and I see it at 50 degrees in the sky, not 90 degrees, not above my head. So with those two pieces of information, okay,
what does that look like to you? Looks like a right-angled triangle to me.
I can use some trigonometry. This is
no, you can't.
Going to be a right angle.
Oh, right angle. So let's see what we got here. So we have a right-angled triangle. We have 50 degrees, the acute angle. We got 90 degrees, and we could figure out because of the angle sum property of triangles, they all add up to 180 degrees. So obviously this is going to be 40. Yeah? So we have three angles. What trigonometry are you going to do having only three angles, John Zimmerman? Yeah, I'd like to know that. So you're going to do some trigonometry on that. Hello, Nancy. How are you? She's an actual Nancy. She's an MIT graduate. Trigonometry, solving right triangles. Since you're not going to believe me, right? I'll bring an authority in on the topic. Nancy, can you help square John Zimmerman away?
Hi guys, I'm Nancy and I'm
How you doing?
going to show you how to solve a right triangle, which I know sounds pretty vague. Like, what does that mean exactly? It just means find all the missing sides and angles. And it's not that bad. Let me show you how to do it. say you have a right triangle and you're supposed to solve that right triangle. I know it's a little unclear. Like I said, it's a little vague as to what that means. It just means find any missing sides or angles that are not already labeled on your right triangle. And
well, we don't have any labeled over here, love. We just got angles. Not that one. All we got is 50 degrees, 90 degrees, and obviously 40 degrees up here. He didn't mark it. That's all we got. So he said he's going to start doing trig on this thing, on this monkey. Is that possible, Nancy?
And I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, just in case you were wondering if this is some kind of special right triangle, like 30, 60, 90, or 45, 45, 90, I'm showing you this one on purpose because I know that 34 degrees is suspiciously similar to 30 degrees, but unless you have exactly 30 degrees as an angle, or 60 degrees, or 45 degrees, it's not a special right triangle. Not so special.
I'm special.
So we can't use those. What can we do? Well, if you have a right triangle, and you know at least one side.
Here's the really important part. Pay attention.
Well, if you have a right triangle and you know at least one side and an angle that's not the right angle, you can use a trig function to find the sides that you don't know. And the first thing to do,
if you don't know, therefore, if you don't know one of the sides and you only have 3 angles, you're screwed. You're not using any trig. Any questions? Thank you very much, Nancy. John Zimmerman, go on, train wreck your bad self some more.
I have a degree here. I have a location here. And I'm not going to get into the math because
he's not going to get into the math because there is none. Just yet. There's definitely not any trigonometry going on.
it's just, that's not the purpose of this video. But essentially,
yeah, nice stick save.
Actually, what you're able to do, what the book is able to do, is to say, listen, if you're seeing star A at 50 degrees, okay, and not at 90 degrees, well, the only way you can do that is that you have to be a certain distance away.
Aha. Yeah, baby. That's right. Was that done by trig? Is there trigonometry in the Naval Almanac? Did I miss that? Brian, did I miss that part?
No.
I thought.
From its location at 6 p.m. Okay, and it's basically going to build us a little circle here. So let's just make a number up. Let's say in order to see star A.
He really doesn't have to make this number up. If he had a clue. This surprised me when he did this. Brian, you feeling me? Why did he just arbitrarily put 900 miles in here when he knows the distance? Right?
I don't know. I don't know why he did that.
So
makes no sense.
Yeah, so 90 minus 50 is 40. So this number should be 2,400 nautical miles.
Yes.
So I don't know why he did that. It was real. When I first seen him do it, was kind of creepy. But okay, let's just roll with 900.
A at 50 degrees, okay, at 6 p.m. at night, you have to be 900 miles away to be able to see that observation, okay? Well, I could be 900 miles here, or I could be 900 miles anywhere along a big circle, right? I could see that same observation over here. Okay, I could be over here at 6 p.m. and still see that at 50 degrees. So that's not really helping me either.
Is that another elevation angle over there? That's what it looks like. He didn't complete it, but you get the picture.
Because I could be here, I could be here, I could be here, I could be here. All these positions are 900 miles away from star A's location.
That looks like a bunch of right angle triangles to me. You looking at this?
Circle.
You're looking at this Jedi.
And I can see the star at 50 degrees at all these various positions. So how could I help myself out here? I mean, it's better than nothing. I mean, at least I know generally that I'm along this circle, if you will, at 6 p.m. And by the way, the technical word for this is what they call an LOP, line of position. So, well, you're looking at it as a circle, but technically we call it LOP, a line of position. So,
what about a circle of equal elevation or altitude? Why wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, why wouldn't you say that? Because that's what it actually more correctly is.
Yeah.
The line of position is more used with site reduction tables, and it is actually a line kind of thing.
Yeah, it's interesting that he sidestepped that. Okay, fair enough. So what?
I'm along this, somewhere along this circle. Okay, and of course the circle just continues out. So it's a start. So how can I help, really get an accurate idea of where I'm at?
You could probably get an elevation angle to another star that's in that book. I'm just spitballing.
Well, I look in the sky and I look for something else. Okay, I come over here and I see, lo and behold, I see star B twinkling over here. And I'm like, oh, star B. Let me go ahead and take a look at you at the same time. Well, actually, let's say it's 6.
Are you just taking a look, or are you getting another elevation angle or a right angle triangle to star B? John.
6:01 or 6:02 p.m. And I do the same thing with star B. And I go through the whole rigmarole just as I did here. I measure.
Not rigmarole, it's rigmarole, John. My word.
Its angle.
I forgive him, he's a squid.
I look in the book and everything else, and the book tells me, hey, the only way you could be seeing star B at this particular angle is you would have to be along, let's say, this line, okay, this line of position. So now I have 2 lines.
I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah. What? I'll tell you what. Right here, you see this X? That's about it. You could get a third. I'll tell you what, you're in hand grenade range right here. I mean, you're in pretty good shape right there. Yeah.
Lines of position, all right? I can be seeing star B, say somewhere along this circle at 6:02. So you can see where the 2 lines or the 2 circles are crossing seems to be the obvious place where I'm going to be at, right? And that is called a fix in navigation.
See, and that's what I always said when we first got into this topic. But actually, they don't call this a fix, do they, Brian? You have to have 3, right? But that's nonsense. That's a fix right there.
You need 3 for a proper fix. The reason is that both those circles intersect each other at 2 points. You need a third one to verify which point. Now, sometimes you know that one point is on land, so you know you're definitely at the other one. You would know then, because you're obviously, if you're in a boat, you're not on land. But most of the time, 3 is the proper fix.
I'll just do 2, and then I'll have everyone else clean the latrines. Okay?
Terms, FIX, a fix. And that's your position based upon your navigation efforts. So that's the basics of celestial navigation.
This is the basics of celestial navigation, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is pretty easy to understand. I'll tell you what I do see here is I see a whole bunch of right-angled triangles. That's what I see as the basics. Yeah, ain't no trig here. I'll call Nancy again. She'll put an MIT hurting on your ass.
Now the question is, are those real triangles or
they're conceptual triangles. Nice. All right, very well done. Touche.
Just pause.
No, go ahead. I'm paused. I really don't have to go any further. It's game, set, match.
You see that line, if you could just use your cursor, see that line going straight up from the water or straight up to the star?
This one?
Yeah, that's the elevation, isn't it? That's the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. the elevation in the opposite?
Yes.
Does everyone realize? Now, I'm saying, I'm asking you. Of course, I know that. Am I saying it? Right? I'm playing dumb. But the thing is that does everyone realize that if you're claiming that the elevation angle in celestial navigation is not a right angle triangle, then you cannot appeal to that line. You're denying the existence of that line, which means you're denying the existence of what's shown there as 50 degrees, and you're denying the existence of what's shown there as 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Navigation.
You have no elevation. If you're denying that it's a right triangle, then you're denying any elevation measurement of any kind.
Yep. They're denying the elevation angle.
Elevation is measured.
They're denying the elevation angle and the GP of the star. They're denying this book, the Naval Almanac. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. How about that for comprehensiveness? That's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's think about who's
how do you like them
game.
bananas? How do you like them apples?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I was going to do that with Nancy. You like apples? How you like them apples, John? Yeah, I was going to do that. That's really good, Jen. Yeah, because she's from MIT. This is a Goodwill Hunting reference. Yeah, how you like them apples, Zimmerman? Finished. Go on now, Brian.
Good. Could I just point out who out there is actually claiming that the elevation angle in celestial navigation is not a right angle triangle?
Jedi?
Well, AI over. Well, we know Jedi, right? But we'll get to Jedi in a second. You have AI overlord, right? You have DJ, who promotes global non-refraction. You have this other guy, Yogurt, or whatever his name, Yoda, who is saying that gravity exists or some nonsense. And then you have Jedi. So is it possible that Jedi has been hoodwinked by these three other fraudsters?
I have no idea.
I don't know, but if we remove Jedi from it and just look at the other three, who would trust those other three with anything? You wouldn't trust them to take care of an egg. You know what I mean? So think about who's saying these things. Because outside of them, it's only the borders.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So we have to take that into account.
I think the AI's claim is that, which this guy refutes the celestial navigation math video.
Yeah.
That it's he says that it does not intersect the
correct.
Yep.
Yep, that's why I shouted him out. Gilmer Pop, that's AI overlord. That when the officer said that it would fall right on your head, that's why I shouted him out. You got it right on top of it, elbow. Yep. Anything else? We're more or less done. I mean, I'm not going to go back and listen to any of the train wreck. I've heard enough from these guys over here. Don't need any more. That's it. In fact, it was done in the beginning. We needed to have a show.
I think
Turn out the light.
I think
The party's over.
Vax starts kind of arguing again, but they kind of try to calm them down and say they're all on the same page, but not really.
Yeah. This is so. I thought that people could come back to this video if they're unclear. It's quite pathetic because the Globers they finally figured out, like I said in the beginning, they finally figured out that they can't have any triangles here because the moment you have a triangle, specifically a right angle triangle in any of this, the Globetard goes bye-byes. It took them a while to figure it out. Like I said, their slobber nurses caught a hold of it and said, alert, alert, alert. I jumped on it immediately with the elevation thing. I was all over this in the beginning with the Black Swan. Because with these idiots, all credit to the 10th man. He did all the research for the sextant. He did a hell of a job, right? From the beginning. However, the sextant topic and the Black Swan were conjoined twins. They were birthed at the same time. Now, I focused on the black swan because I wanted to focus on that because I thought that was very important. However, the sextant came, they were conjoined because I knew that I wasn't a squid. I'm not an expert in, I wasn't an expert in celestial navigation. However, I am an expert in terrestrial navigation, certifiable. But I knew as soon as that horizon popped up in the black swan, I said, that horizon can't raise or lower in elevation because that's going to screw up the elevation angles from the sextant. You'd never find yourself. So obviously they're connected. Yeah? You guys follow that? Yeah, I hope you do. Yeah. So I more or less gave 10th as marching orders. I said, yeah, I got the black swan. I want to focus on this, right? And 10th was all hot and bothered around the collar with the sextant. So he said, I'd like to research that. I'm going to knock yourself out, but just keep it on the down low for a while. We're going to get to it because I know it's going to hammer him. Now, I didn't know the extent at which it was going to hammer him. I had my suspicions. And they came to be true. Yeah. That's how it went. So there you go.
If I could,
go ahead.
Just if you're finished, I just want to point something out. The elevation or altitude, once you mention it at all, you're talking about a straight vertical line. And in this instance, you're talking about a straight vertical line from the GP of the celestial body at mean sea level directly up to the celestial body. So it doesn't matter, as I said before, if you're talking about that in inches, feet, miles, degrees. Point is, it's a straight line. That straight line is what's called the opposite of the right triangle. The term elevation angle, the reason it's not called just angle is because of the word elevation comes before it, because it is that straight line that you measure with your sextant, right? You're measuring that straight line in degrees. Don't care how many, you can turn it into whatever unit you want. The point is, all elevation angles are the same thing. Yep. Once you measure them, it's the same in a surveyor. A surveyor measures an elevation, be quiet you. A surveyor measures an elevation angle in degrees, right? Afterwards, they will do whatever they do with it, but they've created the right triangle immediately. That's why it's called an elevation angle. So if you're denying the opposite of the right triangle, which means you're denying that the elevation angle is the right triangle, at any point, whether it be in celestial or navigation or surveying or anything, then you're denying the elevation, the very thing that's being measured. That's what's being measured. That's why it's called an elevation angle. You can't have an elevation angle without the elevation. And if you're denying the opposite of the right triangle and saying there is no right triangle, then you're denying the existence of the measurement of at all.
Yep.
So they're denying, just like you said earlier, though, Brian, they're denying a right-angled triangle and still appealing to a hypotenuse, like which would mean a right-angled triangle. Yeah,
they're clumsy.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't speak about the adjacent and hypotenuse because you don't have a normal angle, two lines meeting at a vertex. That doesn't have an adjacent and a hypotenuse. Do you know what I mean? It only has an adjacent, hypotenuse, and opposite when you're talking about an actual triangle. That's it. Yep. A right-angle triangle.
The terms being used themselves is referring to the thing they're denying.
Yep. So let's go to Math is Fun for elementary students. A right-angled triangle, also called a right triangle, has a right angle 90 degrees in it. Yeah, you like that? Let's go to Harold Jacoby, professor of astronomy, Columbia University Navigation, Chapter 6, The Sextant, Cornell University Library, 1918, page 61. Listen closely. This height of the sun or of any star in the sky is called its altitude, and so the altitude is always an angle to be measured in degrees or minutes. The point directly overhead is the zenith, the angle between the lines drawn to the horizon, and the zenith is what? 90 degrees, or a right angle. Game, set. That's it. Let's see.
Thank you all for coming to see the live stream today. It has been wonderful. And I hope you have a blessed evening and good night.
Good night.
Step up in this game like I'm hammering nails. Earth so flat, plain, listen up, I'll tell you tales. Home Depot vibes on my tools, no fails. Level up my vision while the world just derails. Jaron said it first, now I'm chasing the truth. First wanna know, is he shilling or aloof? Now I'm flexing with the facts while they playing the fool. Flat earth, no curve, I'm breaking all the rules.
Earth is like...
Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. Rolling deep through Antarctica, you know what's up. Snowflakes in the air, yeah, we sipping from the cup. Well, Duffy said, trust me, I came out of the blue. Started from the hustle, now I'm building my crew. Wait, I'm stacking up truth like I'm lumber from the store. Got the blueprint, baby, I'm ready for war. See the horizon straight, no dip in my sight. Thug life on the flat, bringing knowledge to the...
Earth is like...
Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So I'm here to break walls, I'm kicking down doors, hash street life, I'm hustling, what's mine is ours. A whole new vision, we gon' stack and we gon' rise. With my crew by my side, we defy all the lies.
Earth is like...
Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on a 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on our 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those lengths don't have lengths, right? It's not a triangle.
What?
Oh, those lengths don't have lengths, right? It's not a triangle.
What the hell did you just say?
Oh, those lengths don't have lengths, right? It's not a triangle.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Oh, those lengths don't have lengths, right? It's not a triangle.
bottom. B-O-T-O-M, the bottom of the triangle.
Whoa, check out the hotties at 12 o'clock. That's 3 hours away. Why can't I check them out now?